Welcome to the Stone Review. In this edition, I head along to meet Kevin Hives of BBS, a stone supplier based in Yorkshire. I'll be talking to him about some of the public realm schemes they've been involved with and the importance of ethical sourcing. My colleague Charlotte Shaplock heads along to Stonegate to meet Daniel Clark, Head of Marketing there. They discuss addressing the skills gap and the company's innovation hub. This edition is kindly sponsored by StoneCIRCLE. StoneCIRCLE uses a mix of CNC-equipped machinery and traditional hand finishing at its modern factory. Based close to London, they work on a variety of projects, including hotels, residences and retail. With their own installation teams and an extremely experienced workforce, StoneCIRCLE is ideally placed to help you complete your project quickly, easily and to an excellent standard.
Today I've come to Stonegate to speak with Dan Clark, their Head of Marketing, to discuss the Innovation Hub, technology and training. Thank you for taking the time out of your day today to speak with us, Dan. How long has the Innovation Hub been open for?
So we opened the Innovation Hub in May last year, shortly after we moved into this premises. We put in our CNC and our edge polisher and we began inviting customers and material suppliers to come in and see some testing and undergo training for themselves. So it's been over a year now. We've had quite a few customers in, we've had some great feedback, we've learned a lot, which is really important for us, and we've been able to kind of really push our new product development process on. It's a lot quicker than it was, so we're bringing innovative solutions to the market a lot quicker than we were able to before.
Training in the industry is really important, especially to close the skills gap. What are you doing differently to encourage people into it?
So over the last few years, since way before I even joined Stonegate, we've been getting feedback from the fabricators that they kind of want help and assistance from us in order to help them get the maximum out of their tools. But what we also understood from that is that they needed assistance, understanding the machines and the materials too. And often in a busy environment where you're doing worktop after worktop and then you're tidying up, you're getting them out, you're installing the projects, they don't have time to address that. So we understood pretty early on that we could offer value in terms of training, support and advice. This is why we introduced our technical team around about 5 years ago. We started building that. So we have a team of 5 now, trained technicians with fabrication experience in workshops. And now what we're looking to do is sort of formalise that a bit more. So we're offering training schemes here at our Innovation Hub, which is a live functioning test workshop, where fabricators can send their team members and attend themselves, so they can work in an isolated, uninterrupted environment and receive the training that they need to be able to deliver the best that they can on every project.
Do you think there should be more done to get people involved in the stone industry from a younger age? I know we've spoken before about it being quite a family business, stonemasonry, things like that, but is there anything more that you think that people can be doing to get people that are younger interested in coming into the stone industry?
That's something that we've been looking to address and see whether that's a possibility. It's difficult because you can see at some points in workshops it's not the nicest environment to work in. It's not a comfy office with air conditioning. It can be cold, it can be wet, it can be dirty, but it can be also super fulfilling, and it is a career. So that's something that we'd be looking to maybe shine more of a focus on and make it really an aspirational career for people rather than something that they want to just do for a couple of years to earn a few quid and then move on to something else.
The Stone Federation is celebrating the success of its first Stone Symposium, The Case for Stone. This one-day conference held in July at America Square Conference Centre in London explored the carbon-saving credentials of natural stone with a host of seminars, case studies and panel discussions. Sintered stone brand Neolith has launched a new collection called Atmosphere, which has been created using new technology to provide a more realistic and naturalistic aesthetic. New research has revealed a steady growth in the construction sector's efforts towards sustainability, showing that the number of net zero projects and those achieving environmental targets is on the rise. The Stone Federation has announced its new Stone Federation President 2024 to 2026 as Adrian Atwood, Executive Director of Stone Federation member DBR Limited. Atwood succeeds former President Chris Kelsey. The International Surface Fabricators Association and the Worktop Fabricators Federation have announced a partnership aimed at expanding resources, education and advocacy for surface fabricators across the globe. This strategic alliance will empower fabricators with the tools and support needed to excel in an increasingly competitive industry. For more on these stories and further news, please head to stonespecialist.com. I'm here in Otley, Yorkshire to meet Kevin Hives, who is Sales Director of BBS Bricks and Stone. And we're going to be talking about some of the exciting projects they've been working on. Hi Kevin.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me today.
No problem.
So obviously I've seen the Coventry project that you did firsthand, which looks amazing by the way.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know, how did you become involved with that project?
We initially became involved where our sales team went out to Coventry Council and were doing a bit of sales pitch, if you like, and said, look, you know, we're BBS, we're great, we can do this. And the client bought into the fact that they liked what we did, they liked the way we procured our materials. They took to the sales team, and then when it came to the point of a large scheme being put together, we got the phone call to become involved with the specification, the sampling, and ultimately supplying the scheme.
And on the note of kind of specification, can you tell me more about the materials that you used and sort of why you used them, their properties, for example?
Yeah, the client gave us a brief on the durability, water absorption, colour ranges, types of stone they're interested in. And they ultimately decided they wanted to go with a yellow buff Portuguese granite because they wanted to stay with the European theme. And to contrast that on a durability element, they wanted to go for an Italian porphyry. They liked the warmth, they liked the depth, it had a richness to it. But as I say, contrasting the violets and the reds and the browns with the yellow, it worked really well with the colour scheme and also worked with the water features that were going to be sort of embedded within the yellow granite.
When we're looking at sourcing materials and obviously importing them, what can you do to ensure that the products that you bring in are ethically sourced?
It's something that's very close to my heart, I've got to be honest. It's something that's quite a passion of mine. We're a very tight-knit community in our supply chains. It's very transparent, it withstands external scrutiny, and we're very happy to answer any questions on it. We always vet our suppliers. We go out personally, we audit the factories, we just make sure that it's the right people in the right place, doing the right job, safely, fair wages, PPE is supplied. We go beyond that. We don't just check the factories and the quarries. We like to then look at our whole supply chain. So we feel that we go from point A right the way through to Z, and everything is checked in between. And we're quite happy to, show people that. We put it on our website, and it's something that I could stand on a soapbox and talk about all day.
I was wondering again, obviously you've worked on so many projects. Could you say what your favourite is? Are you able to say what your favourite is?
I think it'd probably be unfair to name just one.
Yeah.
But a few of my favourites, I think, would be the All England Club at Wimbledon. That was a fascinating project to me.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Trying to work in with requirements of when they need the stone in terms of when the championships are on and when they're off, that kind of thing. Chelsea Barracks, that was another one, which was an amazing one to be involved with. The National Theatre, that was a fantastic
You're
product.
name dropping now.
Now and again, yeah. But they are particular favourites of mine, those three, I'd say, yeah.
Are there any projects that you're working on that are in the pipeline that you can share with us?
There's plenty, really. I mean, the one that we've just finished is the new Bailey at Manchester, which is a fantastic project. It really, really looks nice. It's a UK York stone, and it's just seamless. The sets, the paving, the colours, all matching with the facades of the buildings. It's a project that I'm particularly proud of for BBS.
So what do you enjoy most about working with natural stone? You obviously love it.
Very easy.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
I just like natural materials, wood,
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
You know, and natural materials just, I don't know, there's something inherent within a human being, I think, genuinely, that, you know, you just want to get hold of
And it's
things.
because it's so tactile.
People like to carve, and there's that tactile nature to it.
Have you ever had a go at carving?
Yes.
How were you at it?
Awful.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Kevin. It's been really good to hear about what BBS are doing at the minute and what you'll be doing in the future.
My pleasure. Thanks very much indeed.
To watch the full versions of these interviews, please head over to stonespecialist.com.